Kenya is a global leader in mobile money and digital banking. From paying bills to receiving salaries, everyday life is now powered by a tap on a phone. In 2022 alone, mobile money transactions crossed 7.9 trillion Kenya shillings, nearly half the country's GDP. But with this digital convenience comes a crisis. Cyber criminals exploit mobile platforms through SIM swaps, phishing scams, and fake loan apps.
Ilikuwa call. Sasa huyo jamaa alinipigia akaniambia ni wa Equity. Sasa alianza tu story mingi. Akaanza kuniambia, alikuwa ananiambia nimeshinda do. Sasa mimi nilikuwa nashindwa nimeshinda aje do na hakuna game yoyote nimecheza. Unajua kuna kwa hizo magames zenye unacheza sijui nini. Sasa mimi kuna vile alikuwa ananiambia jingia kwa M-Pesa sijui finya, kuna manamba aliniambia nifinye nikafinya. Hapo kwa enter amount akaniambia andika 000 alafu 5000. Aliniuliza kwanza balance yangu ya M-Pesa ni ngapi, nikamwambia nilikuwa niko na 6000 kwa simu. Akaniuliza nikamwambia, akaniambia alinyongelesha kidogo, akanikatia nikaingia box. Siko najua hata ilikuwa kitambo kiasi, nilikuwa tu boys mdogo. So akaniambia kwa amount akaniambia nyeke 000. So mimi kuona nimeanza na 000, nikajua kama nimeanza na 000 hakuna pesa naweza tuma. Na hivyo ndio niliskamiwa 5000.
Yeah, I was almost conned. Ilikuwa time nilikuwa nafanya kazi kwa M-Pesa. Alikuwa anasema alikuwa ametuma doki makosa, so inafaa reversiwe. Nikamwambia apigie Safaricom. Kwanza waliniuliza yasimeka kazi kwa wado ngapi? Nikamwambia 58,800 and mashilingi maybe 36 hapo. So akaniambia hebu finya 0, kafinya 0. Finya 0 tena mara 3. 0 tena akaniambia finya 5, 8. Nikaona hizo namba aniambia after hizo 03 ni ile amount yenye nimemwambia niko nayo kwa M-Pesa. Na kuna rafiki yangu aliyoshangwa 5 nikiwa hapo na aliambia ngo tu hivyo. So nikarada.
In 2023, the Central Bank of Kenya reported billions of shillings lost to mobile and digital banking fraud. To keep up, banks, mobile service providers and regulators are racing to tighten security. New technologies like biometric logins, two-factor authentication, and real fraud alerts are being introduced, and stricter rules now govern digital lending. Yet, as innovation moves forward, so do the tactics of fraudsters. What's at stake is more than convenience. Digital finance has transformed the way we live, trade, and save, touching households, businesses, and even future savings. But the question remains, in this new financial landscape, how safe is your money? Join Sally on Family Matters as we unpack the safety of digital banking and mobile money, the risks, the safeguards, and the innovations shaping Kenya's financial future.
Right there, you have it. It's about the digital space, mobile money, and how safe we are when it comes to transacting on it. Everything is actually a click away. How safe are you when you are sitting in the comfort of your living room, in the car, and you're just clicking things away? How safe are you? Or what do you know about, digital safety? Okay, join me this morning on this particular important topic on safety of digital platforms as well as mobile money. Be part of this conversation on 20316 SMS line 0786316316. That is our WhatsApp line, and plug in and be part of this conversation. Ask your questions. I have experts. I have someone who's gone through, who's on these platforms and he's been transacting. What are some of the challenges? What are some of the lessons they've actually picked from this particular platform? And so before that also, I would just want to remind you rather that we are now in Lamu. We are targeting to be in Lamu, and this can only be made possible by your support. Yes, we are getting out of Nairobi, we are getting out of, you know, our comfort zone right here. We're in many other parts, but Lamu now is our little baby that we want to feed and grow. And how can we do that? We can only do that through your support, financial support, and you can support us through our paybill number 316 and the account name will be Lamu. Be part of this ministry, be part of this new baby who will be growing and, you know, ministering to many others out there. My name is Sally Limo, as I welcome my colleague, my guest this morning, or you guys can be colleagues as I wanted to call you. Karibuni sana. Thank you so much for making time. You guys made time, you made it on time very early in the morning. Asante sana, Gillian and Grant. And I'll start with you, Gillian, to introduce yourself, then we get to Grant.
Thank you so much, Sally. This is awesome. It's my first time to do such a thing
Karibu.
in a new month. So I'm very excited to be here. My name is Gillian Detty.
Right.
I am a professional in the financial services,
Okay.
having worked in mobile money and digital banking space for
Yes.
around 15 years now. Currently, I'm attached to CX Pro, where I'm a co-founder and business development director.
Okay.
CX Pro does customer experience trainings for our customers that we're trying to target in the SME world,
Wow.
just to get them into growth. So that's my background, and I'm happy today to be talking about digital money, mobile money, and the safety.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much. And I know there's so much knowledge you're going to get and wisdom from you this morning. Karibu sana. And Grant?
Yes, my name is David, Grant David. And I've been in business. My background is in business for quite a while. Started in construction. Then I went into real estate.
Okay.
So right now I'm in the oil industry and doing a little bit of farming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where there's money, any digital, you know, hey, I know you're on the digital platforms, you know, any and every other minute. So to start us off, maybe, Gillian, probably people are just wondering, why were you interested in just being, you know, involved in building and scaling this kind of, you know, digital financial platforms, as a woman especially?
Oh, thank you for that, and as a woman especially. So interesting you should say that. I started off my career within the financial services, working for a gentleman who was formerly an accountant, and then he had quit being an accountant. And in those days, when you are an accountant, you are also the person who was paying salaries. And those days, salaries used to be paid by cash. So he used to find that by mid-month, he was having so many requests for salary advance, and that became his work. So he took a golden handshake, early retirement, and he decided that there must be better ways to do this. So he set up a company called Crossbridge to be able to enable clients and organizations to be able to cross the bridge until the end of the month. I think, his first employee. Just because of interest, I found him locally. And then I was actually called a sales girl selling money, because my work was to get for us organizations who can now tap into this product that we were trying to get them, so that, you know, they can save their monies, but we're the ones who are lending out to them. And that was done in a very rudimentary way. You can imagine having, initially we're not even using Excel sheets, we're using books, ledgers. And then people would come and queue, and then we would give them cash. And then that was a very rudimentary process. Then we moved to Excel, and then we started paying, and they had to be salaried, so that at the end of the month, the guarantee is that we're gonna be paid. So that whenever they're being paid their salaries, because we're managing that, we pay them minus whatever they owe us. Then eventually that was not working too well, because fraud started a long time ago. People get sucked in the middle of the month. People just don't have anything at the end of the month because they've double taken. Remember, we're not using technology at that time. So I need to go to the spreadsheet to check, was he here on the 12th and now he's back on the 15th? And it's many people, many organizations. So eventually we started now dealing with people who are banked. So if you're salaried but you're banked, so that we do a standing order, so that we cut your money at source. And that was where I started from. And it was just interesting for me to watch that I can actually help you get out of a financial quagmire in the middle of the month. But that was my very, very early days. Then I got into banking, doing the same thing, but now for credit cards. And my work was to sell credit cards. At the time, they were called plastics, very early days. And then eventually I got into mobile money as we know it today. And eventually I did remittances, getting Kenyans abroad to send money back home using different platforms. Yes, diaspora banking. Yes, that's been my background. What has excited me is just, I think I'm naturally a curious person. I naturally like to try different things. Even today, I'm so surprised that it's the first of the month, I'm doing a new thing I've never done before. It might sound business as usual for other people, but for me, it's a new
it's
thing.
A biggie.
It's a biggie. It's a new thing I'm doing. So a little bit of adventure here and there, a little bit of, you know, a God wink here and there, doing different things.
I know.
I'm adaptable, so adaptability. I'm curious. I like to learn.
You are. Do you wanted to see how a studio looks like? There you are.
Yes, I really wanted to see.
Anyway, Grant. Now, for you, you've just mentioned that you're in business really, and right now you're in the oil business as well as farming. How did you get yourself into the oil business, and then how do you balance the two, farming and oil business?
Well, I think it was some time back. Just looked at my portfolio, I realized that most of my investments were quite illiquid. So when I needed money, you have assets, but you don't have money. So I started, researching, looking around for something that I can do that could make me, have cash on the go if I needed it. And so one of the opportunities that presented itself was actually credit lending, and oil, the oil business. And so that is when I actually went first into credit lending, but I think the economy was too tight. I lost some money there. So at the same time, I was still starting on this other end. So on this other end went well. So that is how I began the business. And it's been quite a journey. Yeah.
We'll hear about that journey, and I know digital, the digital platforms, mobile money is part of that journey. When we listened to, that, when we started the show, we had something listening into and an explainer, and we had, especially M-Pesa people, Gillian, how does that happen? Like someone comes to me, and they asked me to press some numbers. Explain to us.
It's basically social engineering. And usually because of people who might not be knowledgeable. But I must credit organizations like Safaricom currently. They've done a lot of customer education just to be able to let you know some simple things like PIN yako siri yako. It basically means that keep your PIN private, keep it secret. Don't let your details just be lying around. Don't save your PIN, that personal identification number, on your mobile number, on your phone, or somewhere where it can be seen. Why? Because it's the thing that a bank or a financial lender can be able to trace you with. So if somebody else has it, then they imagine it is you're the right person to be having it. So why it happens is because when I get into your mind, and Kenyans are very friendly people, so I start from far. But these days you're able to detect. Oh, how are you doing? My name is so and so. I'm calling from Safaricom. They always say I'm calling from Safaricom. But sometimes from the accent you can already tell, no, this person is not working at Safaricom. Even from the way they are sentencing their words, you can already tell. But then because Kenyans are friendly and they're curious and they just want to help you, then they start cheating you, telling you, oh, do this, do that. But the other thing you must remember is you cannot be scammed. You cannot win something that you have not played or participated in. So you're not going to win in a game that you have not participated in. Also, just be careful. Just monitor your transactions on your phone. The good thing is that these days there are alerts. You can, I don't know how many people are always changing their passwords. It's not also advisable to be leaving, it is, but don't leave your mobile number, the one that carries, a lot of people have 2 SIM cards. 2 SIMs, they are multi-SIMmed. So there's one that carries mobile money, and there's one maybe that does WhatsApp and online. So give the one that doesn't have, when you're leaving your records, give the one that doesn't, or a landline, or some other way, the one that people are not able to reach you very, very, very fast. But it's a social engineering, just speaking to you and trying to lie to you, fraud you.
But this
through.
person here, the guys who are talking out there, the ones we tried to have a conversation with on the SIM, they're saying these are M-Pesa agents. And someone comes, how do they crack that code into your system, M-Pesa SIM, by dialing, I don't know, the zeros and all that?
Yeah.
How is that?
We have a lot of geniuses, and even banks have been scammed by these geniuses. We have a lot of, I love Kenyans. People are so enterprising.
Yeah.
And right now I can learn anything. And it's try and error. If today I'm looking for a way to steal, it's the same way, like if I want to enter your house and I come and I find that the door is locked, I will not enter. But so people are always trying. The same way thieves are always trying. So it's just try and error. You go online, you watch movies. There are a lot of movies.
Yeah.
you watch movies, and then you just go and experiment. And unfortunately for us, it's a lot of the young population because they have a lot of energy and they have a lot of knowledge and they can try. Recently, there's a young gentleman who was, I think, busted trying to scam a bank. A lot of, but if you ask him, he was just trying. Then that's what he said. They just
it's a trial and error, like you said.
Try and error.
Okay. Over the years, Grant, the business landscape has quite changed, especially with the rise of the digital platforms. I don't know if that has happened for you in terms of the landscape of your business changing just because of the digital platforms.
Yes, it has. And basically it was cash heavy. Especially if you're dealing with fuel.
Yeah.
There are a lot of transactions in a day. And so, most people, back in the day used to come with cash.
Yeah.
Now then there was the issue of cost, security, but with the entry of the digital space in the banking area, it has reduced that quite significantly.
Okay.
And so most people have been trying to move towards that. And I'm foreseeing a future where probably we can move that way, like 100%.
I like that already you're in the future, Kobale. Yeah, and as a farmer also, how has the digital platform and mobile money helped you, or improved your farming? How has that helped you?
I'll maybe say, dealing with customers who are all over the place, someone will call you, send someone else to come pick the produce, but then make a payment from elsewhere. They don't have to come physically. Then you realize that even banks, you get, I don't know whether people take advantage of it, but your credit score goes quite high when your transactions are, channeled to the bank and through digital. Because, you can't, for example, if you came with cash, you can't be taking, for example, 100 bob every time someone gives you to the bank. But with the digital mobile banking, you realize that transactions are many. And this, in a way, lifts or scales up your credit score. And so even banks start to look for us in the farm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
For you, Gillian, I'd like you to speak to just a kawaida mwananchi, because it's an everyday thing, being scammed. What are some of the ways that we can keep ourselves safe, and just maintain that safety boundary, on the digital platforms when it comes to money?
That's an important question, and especially if you're going to talk about the local mwananchi.
Right.
There are many ways. There's a lot of well-educated youth. And then they are living in homes where they are not educating whoever who lives with them. Maybe they're older parents, maybe they're domestic workers. So that would be a good place to start. Just start having conversations with them and trying to guide them that if you receive a phone call telling you that it is me who is in trouble and I want X amount of money, just try, double check, call me. Don't just respond immediately if the message has come by SMS. Use strong passwords. A lot of our parents, my dad, many years ago, his password was 000, 4 zeros. I mean, educate some of these people. So use strong passwords. And then by using strong passwords, I mean that you can mix them. You can mix capital letters, you can mix numbers, you can use asterisks, just symbols and signs.
Okay.
The other thing is change your password. The same way you change your toothbrush regularly. Change your password as often as well. Why? Because there are bots, robots, which are always trying to learn your passwords. And if you stay with people who are near you a lot of the time, you know, they usually say in Swahili, kikulacho kinguoni mwako. So change your password regularly. There are a few other things that you can do, but for a local Mwananchi, those are the ones. And then also when you're called, verify. Also when you're filling out forms, the bank asks you, so you're always annoyed. Why is the bank asking me all these questions? Why do I? It's because that's the way that they're going to be able to know you as a customer. It's called KYC. That's the way they're going to know you. So that's the way they can be able to authenticate that this is Jillian, because they'll give me that personal identification number. So keep that one private. Keep it secret. Don't share it all over the place. The other thing I'm going to advise, because a lot of people these days are working in restaurants, which is fine. You can use your phone in the restaurant, that's okay. But don't do banking transactions through open Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fi of the of wherever you are. I read an article that has been saying that these days a lot of people are preferring to work in restaurants because you get a meal, you get free Wi-Fi. Fine, it's good for work, but don't transact with it. Don't get into your banking details with it, because it's open and anyone can be anywhere. Even especially hacking you, and especially right now we have a lot of Kenyans who are trying to travel abroad, and they're always trying to look for Wi-Fi. And the first thing I want to do, there's no M-Pesa globally as such, is connect. So those are some of the things that you have to be careful about.
You know, you've talked about the older generation, and probably it's a question that I actually was going to pose in terms of, this is an older person, and you said kikulacho kinguoni mwako. And then there's the younger generation who actually are the ones who can pry on the parents. These older people, how can they keep safe? Because they cannot keep remembering passwords and all that. Then how can they protect themselves?
Okay, I don't want to talk about so much biometrics, but it's something that is coming, and that is where we are heading, where you do face recognition, for instance, or your thumbprint, for instance. And a lot of them are starting to have smartphones. They are moving away. They are moving into smartphones. So if older people can be given, they are being gifted left, right, and center these days. Those ones, they can be able to do that. And then the other thing, they can just know that you know who your child is.
You know who your child is. It's true. So you have to be, you know, you balance that out. And bringing you again, Grant, back into the conversation, with the many transactions that you've talked about in terms of the petrol station and even your farming business, what percentage really relies on digital banking when it comes to your income and all that? What percentage? And how do you protect yourself as well when it comes to online banking and all that?
Well, I think the percentage of the transaction has been changing, but currently I think I'm at maybe 70–75%, but I'd really like it to get to 100. For a lot of reasons. Then again, I've realized that, you know, even safety basically depends on the scale of the operations you have. You know, like she was talking about, you know, being in a place where there's Wi-Fi and transacting. I remember an encounter I had where I was just having a transaction, and then immediately after that, you know, I started having funny, you know,
messages coming in or something?
Not even messages, like people trying to access my account. And I was just getting messages. So it's also advisable to have a proper relationship for those of us who are in business with your bank relationship manager, so that you can call in case there's something that looks funny and you're not maybe close to a bank.
Were you using an open Wi-Fi at the time?
Yeah, that was the last time I did that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it was an immediate
thing. It could even be an email. For those, you know, there are these people who have scaled their business to a point where you have transactions even out of the country. So out there, they have technology where they can be able to even access, you know, through an email. You find that if your worker because they know the company emails.
Yes.
And for example, you have yours, there's another worker, so they just send emails out there. So if your employees are not trained enough
Yes.
to know how to detect you know, a fishy email,
Yes.
if they click on it, then these guys have access to your database, they have access to
Okay.
your, and they can get information from there and probably get, you know, whether it is data, private data,
Right.
from even accessing your own account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And I like that you've mentioned, you know, training your employees. We're going to get back to that after, you know, we're going to go into a very short break, just listening in into and explaining on matters finances. Then we'll be right back with much more on matters safety on the digital platforms as well as on mobile money. See you in a bit.
My name is Josephine Mambo. I'm a financial advisor. I would like to encourage Kenyans to uptake insurance because insurance is not a luxury. It's actually very affordable. With only 2,000 every month, you'll be able to insure yourself. And when you calculate 2,000 monthly, daily, it's even 100 bob or even 50 bob every day. And that's something very affordable. There are different types of insurance. There is health insurance, there is life insurance. In life insurance, we also have education planning. We call it education insurance. And there is also the general insurance, which includes motor insurance, domestic insurance, fire insurance. It carries a lot. With health insurance, it is available from different companies, and you can go to an hospital, submit a card or even your number, and you'll be able to access free medical. We cannot call it free because you've paid earlier, but it's almost free because insurance pays for you a lump sum when you've already paid a small amount of premium. For life insurance, there are many plans, and you need to maybe sit down with a financial advisor like me and be taken through the different types of life insurance available for you, and then we can be able to custom-made a plan for you which fits your pockets and which fits your needs. And now for general insurance, it's like the motor insurance, and for that, if you have a car, your car has to be assessed. We know the value of your car so that we can give you the right insurance for your vehicle. With insurance, we always ask you, what's your plan? When we ask you what's your plan, we're asking you, are you ready? Is your car insured? Is the education of your kid insured? And is your health in place?
Wow. There we have it. Remember to be part of this conversation on matters digital platform as well as mobile money. You can do that by sending in, your feedback on 20316, SMS line 0786 316 316. That is our WhatsApp line. Earlier I had mentioned about Lamu. Yes, we want to be in Lamu, and not just in a small way, but in a big way, because we want to impact lives. We want to keep Jesus on the airwaves. And how can we do that without your support? We are a team, as always. As I always say, you've always held our hands for the last 26 years. And again, we are here to request you to work with us. Even as we get to Lamu, we need your support. We need your prayers. We need your finances, yes, to just have this frequency up and running. And you can do that by sending in your support on paybill number 316 and the account name will be Lamu. God bless you even as you purpose to give towards this particular project. Welcome back to the conversation. Before the break, Grant, you're talking about the importance of just training even your own staff. Huh? And I'm just wondering, have you been able to train your staff, and have they found themselves in a situation where, they had to deal with fraud or, issues to do with cyber security?
Yeah, I have had to, and I've had to engage both the Safaricom and the bank that I use. And most of the time when they're just moving around,
yeah.
I have them talk to my people at the workplace, And then when I go to the bank, I keep asking whether there are new ways
Yes.
that the scammers have come up with
Okay.
that can probably be used to attack us as a business. And so frequently, when I get new information, I talk to my people
Okay.
and I let them know. For example, I don't do reverses unless it has been confirmed by the guy at the ground
Okay.
and the transactions show from them. So you can't just, it's not easy for a client to call me. They have to first talk to them.
Yes.
And I don't talk to them. I don't talk to the clients.
Yeah.
I talk to my people before I even, refund money if I have to.
Yes.
And sometimes I engage the bank if the transaction had actually gone through. I don't
Okay.
just move to give back money in case there is something like, those reversal calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you had a situation where, there has been like an attempt to fraud you guys?
I think last week, not even talk far, she was talking about advance,
Yes.
and I think I was having a conversation with one of my employees, and he requested for one. And as we were having this conversation, there was someone else who was hearing our conversation.
Yeah.
So they called me and asked why I have not sent the money. So I just quickly sent because I was heading into a meeting. So later, like a day or two, my guy is calling me asking, what happened? I've not gotten the money. What I needed to do. Time is running out. And I'm like, I sent you the money. I sent.
You're sure you sent
I
it?
sent the money. I was so sure. I was surprised. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I called the bank. The bank told me that if I initiate the reversal now, it will take 48 hours
Right.
for them to have reversed. And then I'm like, 48 hours, this guy, already it's already a day later, this guy would have, finished the money or something. So I called the guy and I tried to reason. I asked him, I sent you money and I was asking him if there's something that has remained. So he told me.
You're negotiating now for your own money.
So he had spent like 3K.
Okay.
I told him just take some more 500 and then just send me back the money, please. Because I knew if I went the bank route, I don't know the financial situation of the guy. So maybe he might not even be able to refund the entire money.
Yeah.
But he'll keep using it. So I just called the guy, just take something extra, and please send me my money.
Did it work?
Yeah, it did.
It did.
Yeah.
One of those good people.
One of those good
Okay.
days, yeah.
Let's check our socials. I'm seeing someone, Akisa. Oh wow, Akisa, it's been a while. Good morning, Sally and the guests. Are mobile money apps safer with biometrics or than the normal pins? I think that's for you, Gillian.
Yeah.
You can just respond to that. And also, Robert is asking, good morning, I'm Robert listening from Pogoto. It is a very nice show and a blessing to my life. I always learn a lot. Thank you very much, Robert. So let's respond to Akisa, who is concerned about biometrics and, the pins. Which one is safer?
Which one is safer? Because, technology is always advancing. So initially we had the pins, so we can say maybe pins were primary, university, secondary is biometrics, and then who knows where we're going into university as matters go on.
Okay.
But with pins, it's basically your personal identifier. And then with the biometrics, it's the same like a tokenization where you're able to use maybe your ID, the same way you would go into a place where you're going to take your fingerprint. So it's the same thing that it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Although I see sometimes when I'm watching some few funny videos where somebody is asleep and then I try to get into your phone and then I try to use your left thumb to, try and open your mobile phone.
Yeah.
So they are a little bit safer because it's on you, it's you.
Yeah.
It's either your iris, that's your eye.
Yeah.
It's either, there's some places these days, even in terms of payments, you can smile to pay. So it's you, it's an individual. It's your thumb.
Yeah, your unique thumbprint.
My unique thumbprint, things like that. So yes, I would say they are a little bit better because, you can't scam me if I've not given you my PIN and you're
Right.
somewhere else across the world. Yes.
Okay, there you go, Akisa. So you know, there we have it with Akisa. Also, just to find out, like, what are some of those common mistakes as users we make, not knowing or even just carelessly assuming, making assumptions?
Yeah.
What are some of them?
Common mistakes are not monitoring your transactions.
Okay.
It's good. I don't know whether people are monitoring, like, do you read your bank statements? Do you set alerts? I'm so sorry for you, Grant, that you were not able to check your alert, because I know your bank must have sent you alert. Do you just take a minute to go through and verify?
Yeah.
Kamau is the one who has called me, why has this thing gone to Hassan? Small things like that. The thing I mentioned about the PIN and the password safety of the PIN, that one I cannot overemphasize.
Right.
Keep it private, it is yours. The thing I mentioned about not using common open space Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
please don't do that.
Yeah.
There are many others. You can have a two-factor authentication on your
Right.
mobile, so that maybe you set 2 steps before you withdraw money from when you're going into your bank, so that maybe it asks you at the last step, put a PIN, or it asks you, you know, something, maybe some pass a code, a word.
Okay.
Yeah, a popular
All right.
word, something, some secret
Okay.
word, something like that. Those are some of the things that you can do.
Okay, I don't know if Grant, after this almost, you know, actually you are almost being conned or frauded. What are some of the steps, safety steps, then you took after that incident?
Well, I tend to use my bank most of the time when I'm making transactions.
Okay.
And actually on this particular day, as I was making that transaction, I just copied the number. But normally I get, after I copied the number to the bank app, it gives me the name. So this day it delayed and I was in a hurry. So I didn't get to confirm the name. So by the time I'm getting the message,
It's too late.
I didn't even check. I just assumed everything was okay. So it's later then that I realized. So basically, I don't transact before I've seen clearly who it is.
Okay.
Who it is. Then there are most of the transactions that I have, especially with my suppliers, because those ones are kind of bulky.
Yeah.
I have them stored, I have the details stored somewhere that I confirm, and there's a way that the bank also has them like stored, the most frequent ones, so that, you know, beginning with their names.
Is that the bank or M-Pesa?
I don't do M-Pesa, I avoid M-Pesa.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Why?
But
What's your fear with M-Pesa?
Well, time. Like, for example, because personally, I use the bank. So there are those transactions that come to the till, which involve the bank.
Yeah.
But I realize, for example, if I need to make a big transaction and I'm moving money from my till to the bank, it delays. It could take like 24 hours. But when you're moving money from your mobile number to the bank, it's faster. So I hate the delays. So if I'm having to use the till to the bank, I do it like a previous day. If I have a transaction tomorrow, I transact today, I move the money to the bank. Then from there I can use it is easier for me.
Okay, all right. Yeah, of course we work with what is convenient. And you know, from what Grant is saying, Gillian, is it that when, you know, on M-Pesa, we have this provision for names, like you can go, is that also a safety? Yeah, is that also a safety measure that
it
people
is a
may
safety
look at?
measure. And then remember, there is a bit of a delay with the hakikisha. So it tells you this name, and then it gives you press 1 to continue or press 2 to cancel.
Yeah.
And there's like a 30, I don't know, maybe almost 45 seconds.
I think that's what
delay.
Grant is talking about, that delay.
Which is fine, because imagine a company has given you that much time to be able to cancel a transaction. You know, and it has really helped, because actually it was done as a call reduction measure, so that the call center was not always just talking about
reversals
the whole day from morning to night, and it has really, really helped.
Okay.
Remember we talked about customer education as well. Yes, it has really, really helped.
Okay, let's look at cross-border money transfer. What are some of the safety challenges, especially for our diaspora?
For diaspora.
Relas.
Yes, for our diaspora. Safety challenges involve, okay, so I don't know that you could call it a safety challenge, but there's regulation. Different sectors have different regulations about how money can move. Some places are really expensive, some places, so you end up feeling a bit conned. Some places, the time delay he was talking about, sometimes it's T+2 or something like that. Also, because it's cross-border, it's forex. It's a lot of foreign exchange variations as well.
Okay.
Also, because of that, remember there are these phishing experiences. People were getting emails that my uncle in Nigeria died and left I don't know how much money in the account, so I need you to give me an account where I can. And people were getting scammed with such things. I think the education has become a bit better on that. But because of cross-border, that is always a sweet spot that you're going to be conned. Because it's also cross-border, sometimes, you know, you get messages that you don't understand. Yes, things like that. Yeah.
Grant, in all this, is there one safety feature when you look at your business and your transactions that you really wish existed? Probably if someone from those mobile platform digital are watching, one safety feature for you that would work?
Maybe, I think, for example, these numbers that have been known to be scamming. And I believe when, you know, these companies, whether it's Safaricom or the banks, that get calls that this number scammed me, you know, they should have like a database and flag such numbers if they are, you know, trying to make transactions. For us who maybe, you know, may not have the number, so that the next person is saved, or they know how to deal with the numbers before they move to and scam out other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, you know, Gillian, if you look at the way, when you do a reversal, I don't know if it's still working that way. The Safaricom then calls me, the one you sent to the number, have you received? And then G, who is also now the wrong recipient, and then you hold the money. What is your take on that?
Well, it's okay.
And I'm the genuine sender, really.
Yeah, the genuine sender.
What?
It's actually it's to protect both parties.
Okay.
Because remember, at the end of the day, we are humans. If G, maybe I go to him and he performs a service, I'm just going to just use any service, maybe barbering service. I don't like the work that he has done, and I've already paid him. I've gone home, I've been told I don't look good. So this is a very simple example. So I call Safaricom and I say, I sent money to the wrong person, but I've actually really sent money to the right person. And that's why they do the verification. It's actually just to protect both parties. And they've become smarter with how they do it these days. And that holding of the money is just so that, you know there's an M-Pesa or a mobile money agent everywhere. If G, for instance, withdraws that money, it can't be reversed unless it becomes now a police case. So, yeah.
The police don't even do much to help, by the way, in such situations. Anyway, for you, Grant, then, have you been in a situation, or how would you handle a situation where I've come, fueled, probably, and I've paid, all right, but there's a downtime? I've paid it gone, but there's no reflection of the M-Pesa message. How do you handle such a situation? Do you purely work on trust right here?
So I have those clients that are
regular.
Those ones I can understand.
Okay.
But there are those that, you know, it's a first time or second time, but we have not really known you well. So if my guy calls me, I call the bank if the transaction was, you know, to the bank, which I prefer, because then I can get a statement very fast, or check the app, look for that particular how much was transacted.
Yes.
So it is easy for me to like counter check whether this payment has been done. But if it is the till, you like have to wait until we get that message.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Gillian, on the current, you know, regulations in Kenya, do you think they're strong enough to protect users from fraud?
They are, and they're getting better.
Oh, yeah?
They are, and they're getting better. In terms of, there's a lot of this data protection these days. So they are. I do agree.
Really? Do you have an example of probably something, probably one example?
Of consumer protection?
Yes.
None that I can think of in my head, but I know that that is there.
Okay, apart from that then, what is the, do you have any biggest knowledge gap that you think is existing right now?
Yes, still digital learning, digitization, anything to do with the consumer knowledge, that one is still a gap.
Okay.
Financial literacy, unfortunately, is still a gap. In terms of collaboration, just what you are asking me right now, in terms of the data protection, if a lot of our organizations, if everybody is talking to each other, mobile companies, the central bank, the fintechs, mobile money networks, if everybody is talking to each other and there's strong collaboration, that is also good.
Okay. Grant, maybe I'd want you to speak to, even as we're coming towards the end of the show, speak to a business person who is very reluctant or hesitant when it comes to using digital banking or mobile money platforms. Speak to them.
Well, I think for any business person who is not really digital savvy in terms of digital banking and mobile money, they are really doing a disservice to their business. One, because there is that convenience that your customers demand, that your customers look for.
Yeah.
And chances are you are not the only one providing the service or the product that you're selling. So they are likely to move to the next person very fast. Number two, as I was saying, I said earlier, these transactions help you. I realized, like for example, the credit I can get right now, despite the fact that I'd been in the construction industry for some time, it went, to some levels I didn't imagine within a very short time.
Okay.
And reason being, those transactions between my clients and the bank really improve. They show that your business is really active in terms of the bank side. So the bank can actually start looking for you to finance you in case you want to expand and grow.
Okay.
So for any business person that is not doing that, is really doing a disservice to themselves, to their clients, and even to their future aspirations. Yes.
Fantastic. Look at, as we wind up, and I think this will be your parting shot, and then we can end the show.
Yes.
What would you want to tell Kenyans out there who are watching when it comes to matters safety? Yeah.
There's a proverb that says that a wise man sees danger and he takes another route.
Right.
But a fool, he continues on the same path. It's a proverb, I can't remember what.
Yeah.
So what I can ask Kenyans is just to be alert. I mean, socially alert. Be aware that maybe you're being scammed. Look through your transactions. Keep your PIN safe because your PIN is your protection. Don't use open Wi-Fi. Change your password regularly. Have a complex one.
Right.
Educate your family members. As well. There's a lot in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I love that you've kept on insisting about changing that PIN number. And so there we have it when it comes to matters safety on the digital platforms as well as on our mobile money platforms, Safaricom, Airtel, name it, wherever you transact from, please be careful. Yes, it is not that safe. As much as it's convenient, remember it's not that safe. So keep changing your password, keep educating your loved ones. If you're a business person, as Grant has said, please just know you're doing a disservice to yourself if you're actually not on this platform. And there we have it this morning on Financial Clinic. I want to say a big thank you to you for your feedback, for just giving us your time and being part of this conversation. Asante sana. And as always, our partners out there who have made this possible, who have ensured that actually we bring this kind of education and information to you, I want to say a very big thank you. And if you want to be part of this family that is actually impacting and influencing and reaching out lives out there, you can do that by sending the word partner to 20316 SMS line or 0786 316 316. That is our WhatsApp line, and our team will be able to reach out to you and guide you on how to become a partner. Remember, Lamu is our new baby, and we want to make our baby grow. So send in whatever support you have for Lamu. Let's put Jesus on the airwaves. Do that on paybill number 316 316. Account number will be Lamu. And also remember, we have our cooperative bank account. And on cooperative bank account, we will have the number displayed on our screens right now. I'm sure it is being shown out there on 01136000799100, and the account name is TBN Family Media. God bless you and keep you. See you again tomorrow on Matters Relationship, and we'll be talking about suicide. See you then.
I'm a financial advisor.